Hello, my lovely people. Welcome to my channel, Fairy Tarot Tree Readings. Today we are doing a pick a card reading for what exactly their feelings are for you. So here's pile number one, here's pile number two, and here's pile number three. Take your time to select the pile, and if you're having hard time selecting one pile, just pause and see where your heart is landing the most. It is possible that you could be drawn to more than one pile. In that case, that's completely fine. So let's get started. Hi, pile number one. So these are your cards, and let's get started. I'm picking up that this person is kind of very self focused. A kind of nuance to it because I feel like, when you hurt someone, like their energy is genuinely coming off as very closed off and very self focused. Their gaze is directed inwards, and there is a disconnection from the external world. It's like they have walled themselves against the world, and they're clinging on to their privacy. I'm hearing solitude is my sanctuary right now. And I think this is not coming from just, I'm just bored and I'm just going to retreat, or the hermit mode. I'm getting it's almost like, when somebody is hurt or their ego is struck, they're just like, okay, I'm going to go into hermit mode and I'm going to show the world who I am. There is a lot of comeback energy. I feel like this person is kind of, for because I'm getting very strong sizzling energy, like sizzling passion is what I'm hearing. So it's almost like this person is like there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of like I'm it's like, when someone might have so many goals, but sometimes we just don't have enough motivation to get to the work or just materialize our goals and everything and get things finished. And then somebody says, you are always like that, you're always so lazy, and you know what, I'm so done with you, I'm so done with your nagging, or you're just like I wishy-washy energy. And then they come to like realization, and it's almost like everything that they have been criticizing themselves for internally has been vocalized from another person or another source, or in some way or form. And they're like, like this is exactly what I was afraid of, but now that I've heard it, like nothing is going to stop me now. So they go inwards and they're like, I'm really going to make it worth it. So it's almost like this person might be off the screen, might be going very antisocial, but behind the scenes there's a lot of work that this person is doing. I'm also sensing some kind of energy of self discovery, identity shift, kind of indifference. Or if they're getting messages, I'm seeing like visions of like messages popping up on their screen, and they're like, no, I'm not interested. And they're like clinging on to the resources, energetic, financial, mental resources, and they're like, I want to stay aloof, I want to stay off of the map, and something like that. And with the hangman, I'm getting, because hangman is not just, it's not actually a sacrifice, but it is an initiation. So I'm getting a very strong energy of this person is in their self-discovery comeback era, or perhaps pre-comeback era, where they're planning, where they're being resilient, where they're like, I'm going to be cocooning myself. And it's almost like this person is right now a caterpillar. And if you are wondering if they're going to come back to you, if they're going to message you, if they are going to be as they used to be with you, I am seeing that this person is going to become even more aloof, even more hermit mode. Because right now I'm seeing a caterpillar who is about to cocoon itself. And you know that when a caterpillar actually cocoons itself, it actually becomes water, it becomes a slimy liquid, it actually, the cells ingest themselves, and then it becomes a butterfly. And by the time it becomes a butterfly, it's almost unrecognizable. And now this is not meant to panic you, but this is what this person is going through. And when it comes to their feelings, their exact feelings towards you, I'm seeing for pile number one, when it comes to their exact feelings for you, I feel like there has been a major shift in how they used to feel. Perhaps I'm getting a very naive, crushing energy towards you, or perhaps you had that energy towards them, and the energy was very soft, or was very bubbly and very hopeful. But then I am I'm picking up on a very tower kind of energy. Something has been disrupted, something has been uprooted, somebody has awakened. Like it's almost like the judgment card, like an alarm clock that won't go off. And something has been spoken, like this pile has such strong energy of words, something has been spoken that cannot be unheard. And so like this person has heard either harsh words or very strong words, or kind of a call from you, or someone, like someone else, but it could have been very much about you, that they just cannot get over. And so this person has, because right now I think this comeback era, this like I'm going to rediscover myself, I'm going to redefine myself, I'm going to like introduce a new me, this kind of energy, all of that energy is pretty much tied to you. So this person is not very much focused on you right now, and it's almost like they have withdrawn from this connection. They are pretty much focused on themselves. And I'm also picking up a very general, like, do not disturb me kind of energy. Um, they are still very attracted to you in a way that they used to see you, in a way that, like, something about some feisty moment has turned them on. But at the same time, they feel like they have to get their ducks in a row. They have to become cooler or like stronger or more in order than they have been in order to be equal to you, or just like enter the picture again. They feel like their old self cannot sustain in the same reality as it used to. So like the world needs a new them, you need a new person. Like they're just like so focused on their internal identity shift that I feel like this person is just like, do not disturb me. They're like, and they are like this to every single person. So expect a lot of like, expect at least and this is not going to be over, by the way, very soon. I'm picking up that this energy is going to last for a bit. It might materialize like the end outcome, like if you want to see when they're going to become this butterfly, like the very end is coming off as 2 years. But if you are seeking reconnection with them, it might happen after 8 weeks or something like that. 8 weeks, 8 months, or around yes, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, or 8 months. This is when you can expect this person to start communicating again, to start entering the world again. But for now, I'm picking up a very strong leave me alone, don't disturb me kind of energy. They have a lot to deal with. They have a lot to deal with. They have, it's not just identity shift or rebranding, but I think it's like it's almost like they have compartmentalized their life areas in their head, and they're like, huh, these are my finances, these are my life goals, these are my fitness goals, and I need to be a plus on or on top of each compartment. So this person is very much focused on their growth, their expansion, their identity. And towards you, I think I'm seeing like eyes, I'm seeing like very strong gaze. I feel like I'm just picking up on very intense moment. So an intense moment with you have been shared that they just cannot get over. Either you spoke harsh words to them, or some form of feistiness has been shared that they're just like it was their defining moment where they were like, huh, you're not going to hear back from me for a while, and I'm going in, and I'm not coming out until I'm done becoming this new version of myself. So I'm going to be reintroducing myself. Since this is a very general reading, so for pile one, I'm seeing like two scenarios. Either this could be if you were in a very defined relationship, and things were well. I think this is more of a like let me win you over with my newer version, with more hard work, with this new identity of myself that is going to be enough for you. And for those involved in clashes or in ego battles or power struggles, I'm getting more of this energy of like, yeah, I'm not going to reply. I'm going to pay right now, but I'm going to pay, make you pay later as well. So if this is about a friend, about an ex, or a family person, or just like anyone on your mind, and you're not sure about, like, there's definitely a lot of like, I am going to make you pay later if you have made me pay right now. And for those involved in a more softer relationship or nothing, like they have not been involved in any power battles or ego games, it's more like, let me rebuild myself so that I can be enough for you. So let me know if it resonated with you in the captions. Would love to know for upcoming readings what topics you would like to discover more. And yeah, see you in the next reading. Bye. Pile number two. So this is going to be a reading. We are going to read today what exactly this person on your mind is thinking about you. And right off the bat, when I was shuffling the cards, I was just getting like the cards were popping off like popcorns, and I just got this energy of like, this person is missing you bad. Like their energy is like, it's so passionate, it's not at all withdrawn, compared to like what we saw in pile number one. If you have more than one people on your mind and you might be curious about what they are thinking about you, feel free to choose and pick another pile. But let's get back to this reading. So yeah, their energy is so much focused on you. Their energy is so much, it's almost like they are, I would say, they are hiding behind a facade. They're like, oh yeah, I mean, they are very good at maintaining a poker face, and they're like, oh yeah, I don't think about you, I don't feel anything about you. They might be the avoidant type, or not really having their cards on the table. You can't read their face, you can't tell if they're missing you. But since you are their person, if especially this is a romantic connection, I think you are very much able to tell that this person is down for you bad. So again, I'm getting a lot of energy that this person is missing you. They have a lot to carry on their shoulders. With the Ten of Wands, I'm seeing this is not just about burdens, like emotional and mental burdens, but I feel like there is something literal. Perhaps there is a wedding that's going on in their family, or some form of family event, as I'm picking up on. There could be some celebration, some form of engagement, some form of um, um, contractual milestones, or some form of engagements, whether it's a literal like engagement in a romantic or a relationship sense, or if there's just engagements in terms of like engagements with life, like business meetings or something like that. This person has a lot on their plate right now in terms of um, like I'm picking up a lot of external noise around them, and they have a lot pending on their list when it comes to their heart. So so many things in their personal life, it's on a pending list, and they're yet to cross them out. So this person has a long mental list. I'm picking up energy of someone who's stuck in their head, who is present in parties or events or meeting people or really talking to people, but not really like fully being present there, because they're like the energy is so constricted. I'm also feeling almost breathless, or I am picking up on a very constricted breath patterns. Like this person has so much, like their energy is like, I can't wait to check this off my list. So they have a lot in terms of like what they want to do in their personal life, but there's so much external noise. There's so much like the world is buzzing around them. The world is like, oh, we need to get this done, oh, this is a celebration, oh, this is a party we need to go to, oh, this is what, blah blah blah. So they are just like torn between different directions, and they just cannot wait to turn their gaze inwards and really deal with the matters that they're personally attuned with. And I think in those matters, like I'm seeing your name top of the list. Like this person, I feel like this person, either they have a crush on you, or they like you very much. If this is a romantic connection, I think you will be hearing from this person very soon. If you have been waiting for them to make up their mind, I think they'll be making their mind in less than 3 to 4 weeks. Yes, 6 days, 4 weeks, three weeks is coming through. This person they have been thinking a lot about you and whether or not to pursue this connection. Like, what would be the pros, what would be the cons? Like, if they're ready, if they're not. I'm also seeing a little bit of travel. So this person is on the edge of making a move towards you. I'm seeing, yes, there has been a lot of noise, there are a lot of engagements. Like, I'm just seeing engagements, like their energy was required everywhere they were looking. They were like, hey, can you help me with this? Hey, you have to attend this. Hey, you have to be like her, whatever. So their schedules were jam packed, and they were like, oh my god, there's so much pending on. You know how we have like a list on our mind, and then we can't wait to go back to our bed so that we can just think about things and make a decision in our mind, so that we can execute on that. So this person has been literally, like, I feel like you have been on their mind like this, and they have been thinking about the connection, about pursuing you, about making things better with you, about finally reaching out to you. And they have made their minds, and it is just now they're thinking about the dynamics, and they're on the verge of entering into the world of yours, offering you something, offering you literally the world, or their and I think whatever they're going to be offering you, this is going to be so generous, this is going to be so thoughtful. It's almost like this person is offering their world to you. So they'll be like, it could be something extremely extravagant. It could be something very decent and like very cutesy and very thoughtful. It could be a gesture. It could be words and whatever. But whatever this is, it seems like this person is like, this is what I had in my world, and I have packed all of it, all the sweet things in my world, and I have made a bubble of it. And here is the world I can give to you. So they're going to be offering you that world. This person is very hopeful, and I'm also picking up this energy that this person is kind of rehearsing what to say to you. They're like, I don't want to mess this up. Like, there is a lot of nervous energy towards you. This person is like, I don't want to mess things up with them again. For some of you, because again, this is a general reading, so there could be many other circumstances involved. So if this is a person and they're dealing with an elderly woman, or like elder sister or something like that. It's or if you guys fell apart, if both of you are meeting after a while, if this is about a friendship, I feel like this person is just like very nervous about, oh, I don't want to mess this things, like they have something to say to you, they have something to offer you, they have something to like literally extend towards you, and they don't want to mess it up, so they're kind of rehearsing what to say. And if this is a romantic connection, like this person, because I feel like for pile number 2, this is heavily romantic pile. I feel like this person on your mind, you have a romantic connection with, and this person is, again, as I said in the beginning, this person is down for you so bad, they're missing you so much, and they're probably wearing this facade, oh, I'm okay and whatever, and it's just like, oh, I'm not replying because I don't care and I have so much to know. Like this person is losing their sleep over you. They have so much, they are damn attracted towards you, and there's just like they're putting things in order in their mind. Okay, this is and this person could be perfectionist, they could be control freaks, they do not like losing their face, they do not like if like they are perfectionists, if they are planning something, like they could be Leo ascendants or like Leo energy, because I'm or even Leo sun or Leo moon. I feel like this person is like, oh, like extravagance is my style, or like expression is my style. And like, so they take a lot of pride in executing things quite pristinely. And if even a little thing goes wrong, they're just like, they're prone to get like immediately upset. Like, oh my God, like I cannot like afford any imperfection or something like that. So this person is like, okay, so I'm going to pursue, or I'm going to approach pile number 2, and then this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and this is how I'm going to get the response, and this is how I'm going to execute this, and whatever. So like they are rehearsing everything in their mind so much, like they want to make it so perfect for you, like everything, so that like their offer is almost like unputdownable. If this is someone like related to career or business or anything like that, this person is again like trying to impress you, trying to like, it's not an energy of like, oh, I want to impress you. Like this person is naturally a leader, they are naturally a perfectionist, they just cannot stand things not going their way. So, and it's not giving malicious like control freak energy, but it's almost like, this is how I do things. Like, I am a perfectionist because I can afford to be a perfectionist, because I am like, there's a lot of pride that I'm getting from them. It's not like, oh, like almost like coming from fear that, oh, I have to be perfect, and if I'm not perfect, I'm going to fall apart. This is not their energy. This person is like, I am a perfectionist because everything I do literally is perfect. Like people talk about it, and everything I do turns out to be perfect, and I know how to execute things perfectly. Right? I know how to be unputdownable. I know my business. I stand on my business. Right? So this person is like, but when it comes to you, I feel like there's a lot of nervous energy. There's a lot of like, they're kind of nervous about like it's almost this energy of like, you see through people, or especially them, like quite literally, and they're not used to it. Right? They have this kind of fun energy, and they're like, whatever, I can just like, a smooth talker is a word that's coming through, or just like, messing or just like tricking people, but not in a malicious way, but just like, how to tease, and just like how you throw riddles, and then you're like, oh, you couldn't solve that riddle, see, I'm the smartest in the room. Like this kind of energy, very Damon Salvatore energy is coming through. So this person is like very chill, very nonchalant, and they're also perfectionists, because again, they can just afford to be perfectionists because that's like their natural flex. But when it comes to you, you see right through them, and they're kind of nervous about that. So they're like, I don't want to be like, I don't like, I know I'm nervous, I know I don't want to mess up, but I don't want them to see that. So they're kind of lining, like putting their ducks in the row and everything. What they might offer you could be quite literally a commitment. They're hoping for renewal, they're hoping for vulnerability. If this is again a romantic connection, the next time you meet them, or the third time from now that you meet them, things could actually be physical, they could be like, romantic, intimate, or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a disruption. Like, what I feel like the connection between you two has been a very significant way, has been very much in the dark, and it felt like it was in the process of making, like this relationship was just never ending. It was just, in the process of developing, and now is the time when the ground breaks, and it's like, yeah, this is the time when the seed can sprout. This is the season of harvest, pile number 2. And I definitely feel that this person is going to be reaching out to you very soon, and they're going to offer you something. It could be it could be definitely a commitment. It could be definitely, if this is a person like, in a business setting, if you give an interview and you were watching this video, how this person who interviewed you is feeling about you or whatever. I genuinely feel like this person is like, you gave a very strong impression, and it's almost like your energy was unforgettable, and this person is like, you are going to hear back from this person. But again, this is just for a very small section of this pile, but for the majority of you, I feel like this was a romantic reading. And if both of you have not been in a connection for long, actually for many years, this year is going to change it, and you are going to be exploring a literal new world with them. So when it comes to their exact feelings, to recap, they are missing you, they are highly attracted towards you. It might be appearing as job dead silence from them right now, but trust the cards, trust me, they are like, there's a lot of work that they are putting behind the scenes, and you are going to be hearing from this person very, very soon. So this was your reading pile number 2. Let me know if you resonated, and for the next upcoming videos, if you want to suggest any topic, you're more than welcome to do so. If you have made it to the very end of the reading, please leave Swan, and see you in the next video. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. So this is your reading. Bring a person into your mind, and if you're curious what they're exactly thinking about you right now, this is going to be your reading. So right off the bat, we get very sweet cards, very nostalgia, very much determination. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. You are my kind of person. I want to solidify this connection. I mean, yes, you can definitely take these as literal translations of the cards in front of me. But when I was shuffling your pile, I was literally hearing all of these sentences. You are my person. I want to solidify this. You're so intuitive. You're so caring. I just cannot get over you. And when I saw the cards, when I pulled the cards were literally matching those voices, those messages. And I'm hearing that this person is very much a straightforward. They have kind of Taurus energy. When they make up a mind about something, they do not second guess it. There's definitely a lot of Taurasian energy. Like this person, when they set their mind onto something, they will not budge. Like they have this kind of bullish attitude, behavior towards life and everything that they desire. They are very stable. I'm seeing someone whose energy is very stabilizing to the environment. Like this could be a person, like a room could be very much chaotic. It could be very much, noisy and just like out of order, and just like, not giving the vibe of having everything like in softness and smoothness. And when this person walks in, everything just feels calmer, everything just feels more stable, more grounded. Like they are the safe place of their friends, of their romantic partner. They have just an incredible stabilizing, smooth, softening, cozy energy. Like it's almost like I'm sensing feathers and, fuzzy energy. It's almost like how the cat purrs. And not to say that they have a very cutesy or this kind of personality, they might have, but what I'm channeling is that this person they have a very strong, stable kind of energy that just draws people in, but not in a chaotic sense, but more like, hey, you can sit next to me and it's going to be safe for the rest of your life. And then people just choose them over and over again because how much safe, how much cozy, how much fluffy their energy feels. And this person knows how to protect someone, and they're not necessarily prone to conflicts or to being challenged or to really like, how dare you see my person, I'm going to smack your face or whatever. No, this person is just like, they automatically, like if they feel like something's off, they are just going to remove you from that situation without you knowing or without you even realizing that you were in a threatening kind of position. This person knows how to be calm, how to be nonchalant, and be protective as well. This person is very stable. This is one thing that I'm channeling very, very strongly. So when it comes to their feelings for you, I am thinking like you have a kind of smile, or you have kind of, I'm seeing some form of brown hair, and it's almost like the way your hair like, look on your face, something about your hair terraces, or something how they cascade over your shoulders, the brown, or perhaps like the look of your eyes in sunlight or something like that. Like this person, just like hair, smile, lips is coming like standing out very strongly. Like there is something about you visually that this person is replaying over and over and over again. In their head, and they just cannot get over. It's like you are their happy place, you are their safest place. It's like, like sometimes when we have trouble sleeping and we just don't want to scroll through phone, we just close our eyes and think about, rehearse conversations, replay literally events in our mind. I feel like this person replays your face, like your face is on their mind. Like I'm seeing like this person, like they have this kind of a mind movie in their head of you, and they just like subtle things that you do, perhaps how you pick up a napkin, or perhaps both of you went out and the way you picked up a napkin for someone, or like how you looked at a kid, or like something about you, like very soft, very romantic, very cutesy energy, like very adorable energy. Like this person is a very stable protector, and you are the almost like you're definitely not the damsel in distress, but this kind of to be very honest, like do not take this in a bad way, but I'm seeing a very fragile energy, a very dainty kind of energy. It's like people look at you and they're like, oh, I want to protect this person. And I think this person's first instinct towards you is like, I want to protect her. I want to be by her side. I want to be like, and they're not very communicative. Like they're not very expressive about these things. And I feel like they are very kind of, they have a lot of earth element. Like they could be a mix of Capricorn and Taurean energy. So yes, they're very stable and they're very devoted and everything, but they also have this Capricornian side or Capricornian moon where they're like, I'm not going to tell you, I'm going to show you. I'm not going to tell you, oh, I want you for my life. I'm literally going to just offer you ring and make you feel that every single day for the rest of your life. So this person does not like they don't even, as I said, like if you are in trouble or if you're in a threatening kind of place, they do not even make you realize that, and they try to remove blocks for you in that sense, like without letting you know. So this is the kind of energy that I'm getting of someone who has not been in a relationship for a very long time. I'm thinking 4 years, 5 years is where it is popping into the field. So I feel like this person is still learning how to be in a relationship, how to offer you things, how to stay grounded and literally solidify things. And this person thinks you're very intuitive, you are very caring. I literally also picked up Empress card, and I feel like this person is very like they love how caring you are, they love how intuitive you are, and because this person himself or herself, they're also very like they're very caring, they're very intuitively, they intuitively protect their people without flexing, like huh, like remember when I protected you, remember when I did this for you. Like this person would literally do the greatest favor for you and never let you know a thing about that. Like this is the kind of energy they have, and literally every other person that they have met, I'm not saying that everyone in their life have been they have been very kind of malicious or they have been very kind of flexy or flashy, but their energy, like they never found someone who could literally match their energy when it comes to devotion, when it comes to generosity, and when it comes to just pure love and instinctive protection and instinctive giving without attaching any transactional expectations. And when they met you, I think that was a time that they were done. Like they were like, I don't want to give to anyone, like I want to give but with measure. I want to, like I save myself first. So they were learning how to do that, and just then they met you and you showed them that generosity is actually not bad, that being kind, like yes, you have to save yourself first, but almost this resentment in them, the bitterness in them that was growing, that oh, I was so stupid, I was so foolish, like I literally was a pushover because I was just giving people, and I was so soft hearted and I was so protective and everything. Like I feel like it's almost like this person started to beat themselves up, like I don't want to be a pushover, I don't want to give people like this and whatever. So they became silent but still protective and still like generous, but within bounds. But then they met you and they saw how beautiful literally give, because now they're seeing a mirror in you. You give without conditions, you give without transactional expectations, that oh, I'm doing that for you, so I expect you to do that for me. I feel like you have a very intuitive, it's almost like you just know instinctively what people need to hear. Like you have a way with words, you have a way with, like your gaze is very healing, your touch is very healing. You might have a very strong sacral chakra energy, or you might have just like, you could be a water baby, maybe a water element Mars is what I'm hearing. So you're definitely someone who just showed to them that that their version, who was so generous, who was so overgiving, they were not a pushover. When they look at you, they see how beautiful it is to be a person who just unconditionally loves and loves and loves and does not believe in conditional giving or transactional giving. And I feel like this is something that has touched. So you do not expect things in return, and you just know how to instinctively, intuitively protect people. You could also have very strong psychic energy in terms of like if somebody is in trouble, you might just sense it. You might just send them healing energy, some protective energy. You have a way with words. Your gaze is very intense, very healing. Your touch is very healing. I feel like this person feels that you are their better half, their soulmate, not because now they finally have someone who can pour into them, but because they feel like they have finally found the perfect container where they can pour in a person who is finally like they want to protect, because they're never going to hurt them, they're never going to exploit them, they're never going to use them, and they know that they're safe with you because when they were need, you are going to protect them in ways that they need to be protected and cared for and nurtured. So it's a beautiful connection of yin and yang energy. Even if the person you are thinking about is the same gender as you, except for the romantic relationship, I feel like whatever, like this person, like even if you guys are friends, if you guys are co-workers or whatever the situation is, I feel like this person is just like, oh, like this is my better half. This is like, you know how the theory is that there is not one soulmate, but there are literally so many people. Like you have a soul community and you get to choose who you end up being friends with, who you end up marrying with, who you end up going with. So there's literally a soul community out there, and they definitely think that you are the closest to them in that soul community. You are definitely one of their soulmates. And if this is again a romantic connection, which is again I'm very strongly picking up on, I feel like they are thinking about solidifying things. They are thinking about how to initiate things in a way that could perhaps like lead to a contractual like marriage or engagement. But I'm to be very honest, I'm picking like a contract, so marriage or like literally tying things down, defining things. If things have been rough in the past, they're definitely thinking of moving ahead. The passport, the harsh waters, they definitely think like you are their better half. You can like there's almost a sense of like you complete me. And if you have, so this is going to be literally the last file of tonight's reading, and this file strongly recalls me a very beautiful excerpt. And I am going to be reading this, the original unity of humans, the spherical man. So the lore goes something like that. Each human being was round, having the back and sides in a circle, 4 arms and 4 legs, and 2 faces, looking opposite ways, set on a round neck, and precisely alike. They could walk upright as men, now do backwards or forwards as they please, and they could roll over and over at a great pace, turning on their 8 limbs after the fashion of tumblers, going over and over with their legs in the air. They had 4 ears, 2 privy members, and the rest to correspond. The crime and punishment was their might and strength, and the thoughts of their hearts were great, and they made an attack upon the gods, and of them it is said that they sought to scale heaven and set upon the gods. Then Zeus said, I will cut them in two, and they will be diminished in strength and increase in number. This will have the advantage of making them more profitable to us, for they will be more numerous, more worshippers, more nourishers. And also they will be more humble, and if they continue insolence and will not be quiet, I will split them again, and they shall pop about upon one leg. And then comes the birth of love. After the division, the 2 parts of men, each desiring his other half, came together, and throwing their arms about one another, entwined in mutual embraces, longing to grow into one. They were on the point of dying from hunger and self-neglect, because they would not do anything apart from one another. Each of us, when separated, having one side only, like a flat fish, is but the indenture of a man, and is always looking for his other half. Love is born into every human being. It calls back the halves of our original nature together. It tries to make one out of two and heal the wound of human nature. Each of us is thus a matching half. When a man meets a half that is his very own, then something wonderful happens. The two are struck from their senses by love, by sense of belonging together, and by desire, and they do not want to be separated from one another, not even for a moment. Such people pass their whole lives together, yet even so, they cannot say what they want of one another. No one would think that it was the mere art of love or the pleasures of the flesh that causes these eagerness and desires. The soul of each is somehow calling to the soul of the other. And if we are not to be disobedient to heaven and to our higher selves and to our evolution to self-actualization and the virtues of the heaven, we shall find our own true loves and so be made happy and whole and return to our original state. The melody of love thus becomes our salvation. And this is something I wrote further. One half becomes the above note of the light to the other's half, to other half's note of shadow below. Neither is objectively above or below, i.e. light or shadow, but is so respectively. The above informs the below, and the below informs the above. They are not for each other, they are from each other. So they reflect back each other's light and darkness to each other, nudging to attain wholeness by drawing each other into union, but by also illuminating parts of each other that must be healed, actualized, maximized to restore might of the spherical man. So basically, this is Greek philosophy. This is Greek early philosophy of how we all were just like one big giant spherical man, and then we got split into two, and now we just have this uncanny calling towards our other halves, and it's not for the desires of flesh or just like intimacy or just other motivations, but there's just like but there's just incessant calling to just wrap someone in our arms and be theirs and have them in our arms and call them ours because they literally complete us in some fashion. So this was just something that just I did not plan to include in our reading, but this just popped up because how this reading flowed. But it definitely feels like this person thinks that you are their better half in whatever capacity you both are connected, and they also last note on how they feel about you. They feel like they feel that you're very independent, that you are very I'm getting this this love witch energy, like very self-sufficient, although love witch, I'm not sure if she was very self-sufficient, but definitely there is a lot of like romantic energy, like very black cat energy, whereas like you know, like she has this entire castle to herself. Like, you know, there's this vision of a black cat coded, very kind of gothic woman who has like dark black hair and amber eyes and has a cat, and she lives in a castle, and she's like, I have everything that I want, and she could seduce any man by just one gaze. And like you have this very independent sorceress kind of energy, but you also feel very bubbly, very bright, and very unconditional, and very like you have a Libra phase, but you also have this Scorpio Lilith energy. So like very magnetic, and you know how to communicate with others. And person is literally thinking how to take things forward with you. In their head, you're definitely their better half. They, if this is a romantic connection, they are idolizing how to take things forward to the point of marriage with you, to the point of engagement with you. They are in love. They cannot get over your face and not get over the visuals of you. They are replaying their you know, your visuals in their head. You are a kind of a strength to them. You mirror many beautiful parts to them. You just show them how beautiful it is to have the traits that they had, and now you are showing them how it is to have those traits. They're learning a lot from you. I would not be surprised if they're entering into a relationship after a long time, but this person is not to mess around. I don't think that they're the kind of person who's going to take you through the talking stages or the I feel like they're going to be very back and forth, but when they do come into your life, or if you are already in a very grounded relationship, or you have just entered into a relationship, I feel like the moment they come exclusively into your life, when they're your world decidedly, they are just going to take it to the marriage or the engagement or the upper levels. They like in their head, there is this 10 of cups, there's family, there's union, there's 2 of cups. I recognize you. I have, it's almost like this energy is so romantic. Oh my God, I'm being bombarded by mythologies and quotes from the movies and songs and everything. So you know how in the movie Dracula, he looks at her and says, I have crossed oceans of time for you. And this is the kind of energy like they have. They just recognize you so viscerally. It's like you are a part of them, formalized as, you know, another person. So, and and they admire how self-sufficient you are, how resourceful you are, and how capable you are. You're like, you are someone who's like very good at communication. You are someone who knows what people want, need. You know how to resolve conflicts without making it a big deal. You know how to just like, you are energetically so resourceful. You are so like rich. You are not a damsel in distress. You are a whole person by yourself, and this is why they respect you a lot, because you are both whole people coming together, and not just oh, save me, and like the savior complex or the dynamic. I'm also sensing that this person could be very Gemini coded. Like they live in their head most of the time. Like they like to plan, they like to organize things in their head and everything. So you are on their mind a lot. Like you cut through the noise. And I'm also seeing that this person, like you reign on their mind out of nowhere. So for example, if they're doing work or if they're sleeping and it has nothing to do with you, like you suddenly start to rain upon their mind, and they just get swept away. Like this person is in the most romantic sense, like this kind of romance is what you read in the books, in the movies and everything. They might not be very expressive, but I'm telling you, like this person, if you're curious about their feelings for you, you got it. Like this person is down for the long term. They see a family with you. They see you as a better half, and they are just like, once they start thinking about you, there is no end. There is no end. I could say so much. Like this energy is literally pulling me in so much romance and so much gothic romantic energy that I just have to, you know, remind myself that it has been the longest file that I have been recording. So this was your reading pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed. And if you resonated, please leave a purple heart or a pink heart to let me know that you have made it to the very end. And for the next upcoming readings, I would love to hear the topics that you would want me to cover, and see you in the next video. Bye.